Hey, I am now going to cover some questions that we did not get to in our hour together yesterday when we did the webinar. So, really great questions. Thank you. So, one question is, what if your partner has a different sleep time pattern? Short of separate rooms, what are other possible options? And this is a great question because really sleep is kind of a family-based activity, and our bed partner can often dictate our sleep. Um, in this case, going to bed at different times could be an option in trying to not wake each other up when you are getting into bed or leaving the bed earlier, to help sort out the separate room option. So maybe you could have like a nighttime ritual together where you read, drink decaf tea, and then you just go to bed separately, and the later person stays awake outside the bedroom and then goes into the bedroom and sleeps during their normal sleep time. But great question. And on that note, someone asked about drinking decaf tea before bed, if that's okay, and that is okay. There can be some relaxation effects with the hot or soothing effects with the hot tea. And someone asked about types of teas. Chamomile tea, there's some limited evidence that that can work as well. So why not give chamomile tea a try? It is a decaf herbal tea. Sometimes I know they make a sleepy time tea, and sometimes I use that too as part of my bedtime ritual. Another question, how dark should our bedrooms be? Is small nightlight okay? Yes, and you want to stay safe, and if you want to get up in the middle of the night, a nightlight is way better than turning all the lights on. But beyond that, minimizing the ambient light as best you can. For example, if you fall asleep with the TV on, having the TV on a timer, so that ambient light isn't in the bedroom the whole night while you are sleeping. And then another question, someone said, is it a problem if you get 7+ hours of sleep but get up twice during the night? And that's very common. We often need to use the restroom in the middle of the night. The sooner you could get back to sleep, the better. But if you're logging 7 hours, that's pretty decent. But more importantly, assessing how you're functioning the next day. Can you get through your daily activities without feeling sleepy or fatigued? If you can, then that's a good sign you're getting enough sleep and it's working for you. And there was a question about power naps. Do they really work? And I just want to address that there is evidence that power naps enhance performance. So for athletes, for students about to take an exam, taking a power nap it's called a power nap for a reason. In our talk, we're talking about just overall sleep and it's best to try not to take naps, but if you do, take them earlier in the day and shorter, no longer than 30 minutes, just because it could eat into your sleep pressure that night and make you go into a lighter phase of sleep that night. But I did want to say there is evidence about power naps, and they could really be beneficial too. Sometimes you might just have to weigh what's occurring in the day and if that's okay to impact your sleep at night. Do sunrise alarm clocks work? I would say they can't hurt at all because they're mimicking the light, and it's some kind of light in the room, so it could not work. I did not find them assessed empirically, rigorously for me to say yes. There was lots of research behind it, but it really can't hurt. Another question that we got yesterday was about the lunar cycle affecting sleep. And that was a really interesting question that I never thought about. And I did find one study, there's not too much research behind it, but one study in 2013 did support that during a full moon, we spend less time in the non-REM sleep, which is our deep sleep. It takes longer to get to sleep, and our overall sleep duration is shorter. There's not too many studies that replicated that. Again, it's really only one study with some evidence towards that. So I would say during a full moon, we might sleep a little bit worse than during a non-full moon. Another question was how to determine which weight of blankets to purchase. We spoke briefly about weighted blankets. And really, I have read 10% of your body weight. Oftentimes they come in 10 pounds or 15 pounds. So whatever comes in closer to 10% of your body weight. Sorry, I think 15 pounds and 20 pounds. So if you're on the lighter end, the lighter weighted blanket. If you're on the heavier end, the heavier form of weighted blanket. And that is, I'm just making sure. I think that is it. So thank you very much again. It was great talking to you all.